So, say, what up, YouTube? You already know who it is. It is your boy, Ronnie D, and I'm back for more reactions. And yo, if y'all have not heard yesterday, Team 4-Star has officially ended Dragon Ball Z Bridge. You know, it's sad to hear about that. But if y'all seen one of my recent videos of me trying to say thank you to Team 4-Star, check the video out. And also check out Team 4-Star on why they ended Dragon Ball Z Bridge. But right now, let's get on to this reaction because it is a death battle reaction. So basically, it is versus DC Universe all over again. But anyway, we're gonna take a look at Black Canary versus Sindel. So, you know, the last death battle reaction I did, it didn't get much views due to some copyright claims, which is total BS. Even though many others did their reactions and then get that whatever that happened to me. But let's move on from that and get on to this, because even though the last death battle reaction I did, I thought I was going to put my money on Sindel, but something is telling me that Black Canary might win this. So we're going to take a look at this video. The video is by Death Battle. The link to the video will be in the description down below. So let's get into it.
It's a trope we're all familiar with, the damsel in distress crying for help.
Yeah, Wiz don't think that's the case here, because these two are the opposite. If you ever hear their cry, you're dead.
Black Canary, the blonde bare-knuckle brawler of DC Comics.
And Sindel, the literal scream queen from Mortal Kombat. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Behold, the Justice Society of America, the first recorded team of superheroes in the DC Universe.
Where else could you find a boxer in a catsuit chilling with the spirit of God's divine wrath?
And among these men and gods stood a woman, the judo-chopping Black Canary.
Wait, why a canary? Canaries don't know judo? Or do they?
However, this is not the Black Canary we'll be focusing on today. See, the Black Canary of the Golden Age may have been a skilled crime fighter in her own right, but the one who made the moniker a household name was her daughter, Dinah Laurel Lance.
Dinah wanted to be a crime fighter just like her mom, so she trained with Wildcat, the furry boxer I mentioned earlier.
Her mother wasn't very happy about that, though. Young Dinah's career could have ended then and there, if not for the discovery of what she likes to call her canary cry. Cases such as these weren't ordinary, but well explained. See, Dinah possessed the meta gene, a dormant slice of genetic code present in about 12% of humanity, granting superhuman abilities.
Yeah, Wizard did it. With her new power and martial arts training, Dinah took up her mother's mantle and became Black Canary, the second one.
Damn.
Is it weird that her mom was also named Dinah? They're really forming a dynasty.
Fun fact, originally she disguised herself by donning a blonde wig, but eventually just dyed it permanently.
Blonde? Don't you mean yellow?
Really, nigga?
Regardless, the canary cry is no joke. By emitting focused ultrasonic sound, Dinah can annihilate the eardrums of anyone nearby.
Or just ramp up the volume and blow people away with shockwaves. She can even stop a runaway train.
It's quite versatile too. She can focus her cries into small sonic projectiles or broaden them to affect entire cities.
And by screaming hard enough at the ground, she can freaking fly. How the hell does that shit work?
Let's dig into this for a bit. For a sound wave to become a shockwave, it must possess an intensity of at least 194 decibels. For reference, Black Canary's highest recorded scream clocks in at over 300 decibels.
That's the same level of bulls as a volcano erupting.
All that power comes with a fairly obvious weakness though. If her throat is damaged, she'll be unable to produce the cry.
That's why she's got some nifty ultrasonic canary bombs that do the super shouting for her.
Not to say she's useless without her superpower, of course.
She's one of comics' greatest ass kickers.
Thanks to Wildcat and her mother, Dinah
all
has
those
trained in
martial
jiu-jitsu,
arts
karate,
styles?
Krav Maga, capoeira.
Okay,
and
I'm putting my money on
more
Black
styles of
Canary
martial arts.
because
She knows holds
she
that
can
put in the
learn
sleep. a punch that can detonate your heart, and even how to cause instant death by pushing a single nerve cluster.
She's basically the furious, blood-soaked love child of Kenshiro and the bride from Kill Bill. Also, before we go on,
multiple styles of learn how to
Judo Canary in action. And what better opponent than our very own Mecha Goose Howard?
Did you teach it, Judo?
So, turns out they don't.
Boomstead, you're in trouble.
Where was the heads up on that one, Wiz?
Even with all that, Dinah's greatest strength is perhaps her uncanny ability to learn and adapt mid-fight. It's what makes her such a great sparring partner to superhuman martial arts masters like Wonder Woman. It was during a fight with her, in fact, that Black Canary claimed she could perceive time down to the nanosecond.
Sounds crazy, right? But believe it, how else could she keep up with someone like Wonder Woman? Or how about the time she battled these red tornado androids? Green Lantern was using his power ring to scan for weaknesses, but Dinah said, F that, and stabbed it hundreds of times super fast. She found its literal Achilles heel before the power ring finished scanning.
That's right, she outsped an alien supercomputer. Keep in mind, Dinah does not technically possess superhuman speed or strength.
But I wouldn't be surprised if she secretly drank some super soldier serum at some point, cause she can outmuscle superhumans and smash steel like it's flimsy wood.
Given the yield strength of steel and the size of her elbow, Dinah must have exerted a force of around 27 tons.
The gal survived a fall into the ocean from 1,000 feet, and even her own canary cry reflected back at her.
It helps that she has a special membrane in her ears that protects her from shockwaves.
Can't say the same for this robot dude, Amazo. For a murder-happy android with the combined powers of the entire Justice League, he sure could have packed some aspirin.
She may be stubborn and hot-headed, but with her powers and training fine-tuned, Dinah proved her mom wasn't the only Black Canary to be reckoned with. She even teamed up with groups such as the infamous Birds of Prey, and at one point took charge of the Justice League, the spiritual successor to the original Justice Society.
Next to her main man, Green Arrow. They spent a lot of time sticking arrows in that quiver. You know what I mean? They did, Zach.
Long story short, Black Canary is without a doubt one of the most badass women in comic book history. The realm of Edenia was a paradise, a Garden of Eden, if you will.
You said that like it was supposed to be clever.
Under the rule of King Jared and Queen Sindel, the realm prospered for millennia, until the arrival of Outworld conqueror Shao Kahn and the tournament of Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat!
By decree of the Elder Gods, an invading force from another realm must defeat the defending world 10 consecutive times in a tournament to the death.
Unfortunately for Edenia, Khan dabbed on their asses and won Edenia for himself.
To legitimize his rule, Khan murdered Jared, married Sindel, and adopted her daughter Katana as his own. Excessive? Probably.
Needless to say, Cindy wasn't too happy about all that. But it turns out she was a kung fu sorcerer. So, to avenge her kingdom, she underwent a mystic ritual where she offed herself to protect Khan's next target, Earthrealm. And it worked.
For a time. After 10,000 years of hopelessly failing to take the Earth, Khan learned how to undo her protective ward. Sindel was resurrected, brainwashed, and transformed into a fierce queen of dark magic and terror.
She was back and ready to slay, and holy shit did she!
Sindel's Edenian physiology gives her superhuman strength, speed, and durability, allowing her to make mincemeat of Mortal Kombat's regular combatants.
You better have said that with a K.
And despite being dead for the past 10,000 years, she's somehow a master of two forms of Chinese Kung Fu. Jiaquan originates from northern China and is known for its eloquent, graceful, extended movements. Fu Xiaopai, also known as the Tiger Claw system, focuses on fast, powerful strikes.
Sindel also wields a Kwon Do. It's a blade designed for long-range deflection and carving people up like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Though she hardly needs a weapon when she already has one. Her hair. She can command it to stretch like a tentacle, constrict opponents, and act essentially as an extra prehensile limb.
Not gonna lie, Wiz, that's, kinda hot.
Oh, would you still think so if she used it to spin you like a top fast enough to obliterate your body?
What a way to go.
Okay, well, all that pales in comparison to her signature ability, the Banshee Scream. This ultrasonic shout is powerful enough to detonate heads, split limbs, and rend flesh. Her screaming power can even be focused into mystical fireballs of destruction called Star Screamers.
Oh, like that Transformer that we had that pony eat his soul.
No, Sindel once screamed with enough force to annihilate a large part of a canyon. This resembles the effects of a magnitude 5.0 earthquake, comparable to nearly 500 tons of TNT exploding all at once.
With power like that, it's no wonder she was able to strut through Earthrealm's mightiest heroes, which include our old pal, Sub-Zero! What, I kept it as a souvenir.
Who, along with most of the series' combatants, can shatter a block of pure diamond with his bare hand. A feat like this would require a pressure of at least 60 gigapascals. That's over 4,300 tons of force per square inch.
And Cabal!
Damn.
Who is fast enough to swat machine gun fire out of the air, like the flies in Boomstick's bathroom.
Accurate.
Judging by the likely muzzle velocity and rate of fire, Cabal must have been reacting within 600ths of a second in order to consistently parry these bullets.
And he blocked a bunch of them back to back to back. Too bad Sindel wound up getting blown up and brainwashed all over again. Man, this chick can't catch a break, though the zombie milk thing's kind of working for her.
Well, that's only one possible timeline. In the original story, she was actually freed from Shao Kahn and regained control of Edenia. In another, it seems the killing of her royal husband was actually her plan all along.
Either way, we're talking about Mortal Kombat. They all die eventually. But compared to the Queen, everyone else might as well have been silent.
A few moments later.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Alright guys, here we go. So,
Talk about Scooby-Doo meets Fight Club.
Enough of this farce, Earthrealm. Behold your queen! I shall strip the flesh from your bones.
there got the first hit.
Are you hurt, child? Let me sing you a lullaby.
No kidding. I almost fell asleep.
Oh!
So are ringouts a thing here?
Insufferable creature! We fight to the death! Such a pleasant bird with such an ugly smile. For me, can you fly?
Damn right.
Looks like Sindel's head is blasting off again! Or, well, for the first time technically, so I tried to work it in, guys.
This battle was a curious one. For the most part, Sindel's physical strength, projectiles, and aerial maneuverability let her keep up with the bird of prey.
Yeah, she was 160 times stronger, but Canary's made a living off fighting superhumans who are even stronger than that, like Mammoth and Giganta, so I guess that wasn't that big of an advantage, really.
Comparing Cabal's bullet timing to her nanosecond reaction, Dinah's reaction speed was easily 60 million times faster, and with her wide array of martial arts abilities, she certainly capitalized on this.
Sure,
Yep.
Sindel had some awesome moves, but sadly, stepping on people like a hot dominatrix doesn't quite stack up when Black Canary mastered way more fighting styles. Plus, she's been training all her life. Edenia was super peaceful before Shao Kahn came along, so I doubt Sindel was taking names and kicking ass all before that.
But let's move on to the comparison everyone wants to know. Which was deadlier, the Banshee Scream or the Canary Cry? We know Dinah's cry could reach 300 decibels. In comparison, the results of Sindel's most powerful scream are similar to a 5.0 earthquake, which is equivalent to only 235 decibels.
I know what you're thinking. That's a difference of only 65 decibels. That can't be all that different. Wrong! It's totally different, because decibels are freaking weird.
See, decibels are not like meters or minutes, which scale geometrically. Instead, decibels scale logarithmically. For every 10 decibels a sound is, its intensity increases tenfold. So 30 decibels is 10 times greater than 20 decibels. 40 is 10 times greater than 30, and so on.
So, every increase multiplies the sound instead of just adding to it. Wait a minute, that means the canary cry would be
About 1 billion times stronger than the Banshee scream, nearly 500 megatons of TNT.
Shit!
The closest real-life comparison we can make is the Krakatoa eruption of 1883. A volcano blast so powerful it could be heard over 3,000 miles away. Not so different from what Dinah has been shown to be capable of.
It also didn't hurt that Canary had those special membranes in her ears to guard against Sindel's scream.
In the end, Canary had the speed, skill, and raw decibels to finish her.
It was Sindel's time to die.
What, no pun about screams?
Well, I was gonna, but I thought a pun that obvious wouldn't be allowed.
The winner is Black Canary.
No.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. If you want the battle music for yourself, please click the link in the description below and check out this other stuff we did.
So the next death battle is going to be Leonardo versus Jason. Now, in the past, we've seen Rangers versus TMNT before, but it was Power Rangers in Space versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But anyway, now Boomstick. Now there are three problems I need to tell you. One, that the yellow joke at the beginning was lame. Two, you did some animal cruelty outside of Death Battle, which is kind of a little bit of a red flag. And three, don't say MK again, because when you trying to say it like that, you gotta say like that. But basically, can't wait to see how this gonna turn out, because basically in the next death battle with Leonardo, with his sword skills and martial arts, I want to see how this happens. But also Jason, I don't know if he might end up morphing into the Red Ranger, or just end up morphing into the Golden Ranger like Tommy with the Master Morpher. But anyway, post your comments down below to tell me what y'all think about this death battle. Make sure to also like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram at Diesel687. Share it with your friends. This is your boy Randy D, and this is Diesel Reactions.